Hello, you're with Douglas. I am going to be playing Hearts of Iron 4. This is my third YouTube campaign. My first two were dismal failures. That is expected, though I was playing as Czechoslovakia and Hungary, and in both instances Germany destroyed us. So this time I'm going to play as Germany. I am going to be trying to do some kind of speed run. Hopefully get rid of England by the end of 36. The very latest, early 37. And get rid of America hopefully by the end of 37, 38. But we'll have to see how it goes. So let's start. Regular difficulty, Iron Man mode on, and historical AI focuses. I think I'm going to have that on. No, off. Alright, my first port of call is going to be fabricating on England, because I want to attack them as quickly as possible. Alright, I'm not going to take a national focus, because I want to increase at 2.5 per day instead of 1.5, and once I get to 45 or 50 or however many it is that I need, then I will take a national focus. Alright. Let's have a look. We're going to make lots of factories. Anyone watching, you hold shift to build all the factories in an area at once. From a research point of view, we have 4 research slots. Yay for Germany. We're going to do the stock standard start of this one, and this one. And then we're going to do the... Let's have a look and see what we can do. Just give us 10% soft attack. It's not very much. We do the mobile warfare thing, which is all great. But I want to introduce field hospitals as early as possible, so that I don't have to run out of manpower too quickly, because I do intend on having a huge army. Alright. Military factories. We're producing guns relatively quickly, which is good. I'd like to produce a bit more of this and a lot more of that. Tanks. Tanks are cool. We're gonna use some tanks. Probably not whole tank divisions, just tanks supporting infantry. Might rush that option on the focus tree once we start the focus tree. I don't care about airplanes. Not yet anyway. I've got much more important things to build than airplanes at this time. And then these guys, that's fine. You can do these things. You can join that fleet, and you can join the Kriegsmarine fleet, and you can also join the Kriegsmarine fleet. You've got 1 in queue, 2 in queue, 4 in queue, and 8 in the queue. So you guys can build those things, that's fine. But when you are finished building those things, then you will build convoys, because convoys are the best. That's a lie, convoys are not the best, but I'm just saying it. Alright, I want to merge my fleets a little bit. So I'm going to give you... What's this? Retreat decision chance. Fleet speed while retreating. I don't know if I want that. And I don't want that. I'm going to take this guy. So, these two fleets, I want you to merge. And then this fleet can have the Admiral dude. And we'll just wait a little bit before merging those. Alright, and we still have pre-military factories, lots of them. Artillery and guns. Now we have one more factory, which I'm going to give to... Let's see if we're short of anything. We're not short of anything. Let's see. Anti-air is lame. We don't care about any of that. No, we will just make more infantry support equipment. That's what we will do. Alright. So now we've got our basics tucked away. We're going to need a few resources. Oil, tungsten, so on. The oil... I'm not too fussed about the oil. It just slows down the ship production. But I'm going to need a proper navy to get to America. So, okay, I'll be concerned about the oil. Let's do this. America, I will need oil to attack you, so you can please give me some. And we have so much of almost everything else. Why can I not buy more from you? That's fine. Right, now we have a surplus of that. That's great. And rubber. I'm not going to import any rubber. Alright. Let's get our armies. Let's get our armies together. I don't intend on having any more Panzer divisions than what we already have, or any more of these than what we already have. I really like my stock standard infantry, which we will upgrade later in the game. But I don't like cavalry. They are useless. So cavalry can become normal infantry. Everyone is a veteran except for the cavalry. So the cavalry can join his own little guy. We're going to garrison the area around Berlin with him. And everybody else is going to get him because he is the best. Everyone is going to join a fallback line across the port. And we're going to start preparing a naval invasion that goes from there to here. And I want you, and now we can have you. What are you? 9 motorized infantry. No, we're not going to take you. You and you. You guys can be assigned I have to press enter first. You guys can be assigned to the invasion. This invasion is going to take... How long is it going to take? It's going to take 70 days to prepare. We're going to have many more days than that available for that, so that's fine. Alright. Okay, here is a little fudge that I do in order to be able to do things faster. Obviously I want to do Anschluss as quickly as possible. I want to demand things from people over here. So in order to get a huge army as quickly as possible, I say reinforcements are important first, and then I take this sad little affair and I say train, and I rename it over here to be infantry division, and I make lots of them. In fact, I make 70 of them. Won't let me make any more than that at the moment. We just make one of each. We drop them into the Brandenburg area, and we join the lone horse that is there at the moment. The reason why we do that is just to get huge numbers of men into the field as quickly as possible, because as soon as the division has enough equipment, I deploy it, and then we train them up the rest of the way manually. But we will change the division type to infantry division, which is a much larger division with many more troops, and this will result in a very quick increase in the size of our army. The reason why I use the horses first is because it takes them less time to get to a sufficiently trained level where I can release them. 20% trained. Alright, so that's that. You can only train a certain percentage of your total fielded army, which is why we had to stop at 43. But as soon as some have popped out, we will train more. Alright. I'm going to keep an eye on our political power gain and get up to speed 5, because any other speed is very slow. And we're going to wait it out. Okay, I haven't actually checked out my air force. I do have a fairly substantial air force. How big is this airfield? It's quite large. So everyone there can go to this airfield. Everyone there can also go to this airfield. You guys can stay at that airfield. You guys, not super useful where you are. You can join this airfield. And this airfield can join that airfield. Not that it's going to matter a lot. But it's nice to put out guys at least where they might be useful. Now, bear in mind I haven't read any patch notes for this game in a long time. So I might get this all wrong, and you guys are welcome to shout at me in the comments about it. Okay, we're gonna fabricate on Sussex. We need 13 more political power, and that's the one. Start fabricating on Sussex. And now we're going to do our national focus. We will do the Rhineland as usual, because it is the obvious best choice. Okay, how are our troops doing? We can release the first batch. And we were on 43. So that's 54. 59. Because we have... okay, well, we haven't produced quite 10. But... yeah. Okay, we are fabricating claims on England. That is wonderful. I'm going to change all of you to infantry. See, what we're doing is we're trying to get these numbers here, men in the field, to be more than 550. That will let us do Anschluss as soon as it is available to us. Put this on low priority. Actually, sorry, we put reinforcements on low priority, put this on high priority. Because we want our troops to pop out as quickly as possible. Okay, there are now 15 troops on the outside, and we need a total of 75-ish troops for all the different things that we want to do. So we're going to apply a few more until it says we can't, actually. Alright, so now the 60 divisions here and 15 on the outside. That is 75 total. That's excellent. So now we just have to keep an eye on this and click on this button every time it lights up. The Spanish Civil War has started quite early, actually. That's excellent. We don't really care who wins, and we are not going to send any volunteers. We have remilitarized the Rhineland. This is a glorious thing. We cannot yet do Anschluss, which is disappointing. I was hoping that we would be able to. How far are we? We are still a good distance away from Anschluss. Yeah, we're still a good distance away. So, we will do Army Innovations because we want early tanks with Russia. And it gives us so many bonuses. This is a path that we will take soon, but not just yet. Really wish that it would start at the top of this list, not in the middle of the list. It would make keeping track of what is going on a lot easier. But it doesn't matter too much. Okay. We will do the research. Increased speed thing. We can modify our government, which I didn't notice until too much time had passed already. I really like to get the silent workhorse guys going on. So I start with Rudolf Hess because he leaves us and just makes me feel better if he's been around for longer. And I get the next workhorse guy as well as soon as he's available. We're getting 1.8 per day now. And we convert all of you to infantry. Have a look at our totals. We are on 534 total troops. And in order to do Anschluss, we need 550. So we're close. We're close. Next time. Ethiopia has disappeared. That was expected. We now have 14 horses that need to turn into men. That takes us over the limit that we need for Anschluss. So we'll be doing Anschluss nice and early. How many of you are veterans? Just the one veteran dude. You can join the other team. How are we doing on our fabrication? We are at 117 out of 245. So we're still a good way away. And we're going to have an enormous army available quite soon. I want to separate this army into a new theater and give it reduced priority and give this theater increased priority. The reason for that is this is our training theater and this is our active war theater. So when we actually start fighting, then I want this low priority thing to affect this theater more than this theater. Okay, we have finished our army innovations. We're going to do Anschluss because it gives us more factories. And then after Anschluss, we'll go back to the treaty with the USSR. We have completed some research. It's time to get going with that. Great. We can recruit the next silent workforce, Martin Bormann. We now get 2.10 per day when we are also doing Anschluss. That's wonderful. I need to keep... I want to try and keep going with this episode until we're ready for war with England. Let's see how long we're going to take to get there. Okay, we've got another 90 odd days to go. We're slightly over time for the episode, but I'm just going to keep going. Otherwise, our episode breaks are in strange places. Okay, from a naval perspective, I'm going to merge these two. And then we are going to start them off with a convoy escort mission in the North Sea and the Eastern North Sea. We're going to do the same with the Kriegsmarine convoy escort mission. The reason why I'm doing that is because we are going to have naval superiority for exactly 1 day in these two regions, and then we're not going to have it anymore. And during that 1 day, I'm going to launch my naval invasion, and then they're going to protect the invasion. So that's what I'm doing there. Research is finished. That's great. We now have field hospitals. This is excellent. We're going to research radios now for the nice reinforced bonus. And we're going to research some land doctrine now that we have the bonuses available. We're nearly there. We're almost finished building up what will be the bulk of our army for the next long while. Purges in the Soviet Union has fired. Well, fired is the wrong word. They have selected it as a national focus, so it has cropped up here. Okay, you guys all become infantry. And we now have pretty huge army. 984k when it's fully reinforced. This will allow us to do Sudetenland, to reassert eastern claims. Won't let us do Danziger War. So it's not quite there yet, but it will let us do this. It will let us do that, that. So we will be on the side while we destroy England, eating various countries. If we remember the one, we just needed a couple more troops. So I'm going to just try normal infantry for those, because they will be ready by the time that we need them. Priority, high priority. Okay. Great. Austria is now ours. Oh, I remember. We used the Austrian troops to get over the limit. I knew there was something to do with that I was missing, so we don't need these guys. Goodbye. Austrian troops. Let's process the horse first. The horse becomes a normal infantry division and joins our garrison guys. The two, well, let's get rid of these guys. The two mountaineers become my kind of mountaineer and also join them. You become my infantry. You become my mountaineer. You join those. Let's ditch that. Mountaineer becomes my mountaineer. And the three infantry divisions become my kind of infantry and join them as well. Alright, we now have all the troops that we will need for all the different decisions that we can take. We're going to demand Sudetenland. Actually, should I rush the fate of Yugoslavia? Yugoslavia is a nice big country. We're going to do that one first. On the plus side, we have an enormous amount of troops in country if anything were to go wrong. They're not fully trained, but they exist. That's what we want. The Olympic Games, and we did well. Hooray. Modify the government. Missed that one. My bad. We're going to go with the mobile warfare theorist or the Blitzkrieg theorist. We're not going to be using armor a lot. Land doctrine research time 0.7. No, we're just going to go with this one. We can always replace him later if we need to. And he costs a lot. How are we doing here? We're nearly there, so the episode will end in about a minute. How are our trainees doing? We have a couple that are no longer trainees. So you guys can join that team over there. Alright, that is my cue for the end of the episode. Next episode we're going to attack England. And it's September, almost October of 36. So we couldn't have got to this point any faster than we did. So I think I may need to revise my end of 36 demise of England. But we will see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.